All right, good afternoon, guys. Got a few slabs here. Just want to go through. So you can see there, I'm signing some normal ones. And kind of the theme for today is with the Marvels, the movie coming out November 9th. Let me know who's excited for that movie, who doesn't really care, who doesn't even know about it. But it's kind of it's, I guess, the sequel to Captain Marvel with Brie Larson. Coming out November 9th here out in Canada. I don't know if I don't know if it's an international release date, but yeah, November 9th. What I need to do is I actually need to watch Captain Marvel 1. I heard it was like just okay. I mean, I watched Kamala Khan's Marvel, and I watched WandaVision with Monica Rambeau. Yeah, like, I'm not a huge Miss Marvel fan. She was probably one of the earlier female superheroes, and a little bit OP in terms of power. But yeah, so what I want to talk about today, just as you guys know my channel, I'm more of an X-Men fan, is Rogue. And wanted to go over some of the key books for Rogue. And I guess the title of this one would be Must-Have Rogue Books for any Rogue collector or Rogue fan here. Kind of funny side story here was Rogue. I mean, I remember seeing Rogue in the 1990 X-Men animated cartoons. Rogue was actually my sister's favorite character. I mean, what's not to like? She's like cool, she's funny, but obviously she has her insecurities because she can't touch anyone. She's in a relationship with Gambit, but they have their thing where she can't touch him, which is kind of sad. But yeah, so I'm not a huge Rogue fan, but I mean, she is kind of one of the more strong X-Men because she can absorb your power and kind of like turn that back against you. So she's cool. Yeah, so interesting things. You're jumping around a bit, but I'm just on the Google here. The Marvels, not called Captain Marvel 2. She kind of Brie Larson got screwed. Everyone really hates her. I don't dislike her, but like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hers. Apparently she's like not super friendly or something like that. So I'm adjusting my camera here. But the movie is 1 hour and 45 minutes long. So it's gonna be kind of crappy to pay to go see that movie because it's a really short. I think this sets the record for the shortest Marvel MCU film. And yeah, anyways, so without further ado, we will jump back into some sort of Miss Marvel stuff. But the first appearance here of Rogue is Avengers Annual number 10. And this is definitely a must have for any Rogue fan, for any X-Men fan. Without a question, this is the most important book here. This is my copy signed by Mr. Claremont and Al Milgrom. He did the cover art with the nice cap thing, whatever. It should have been X-Men, but signed by Chris Claremont and Al Milgrom. A lot of people really hate this cover because it's really busy. It's very comic-esque. We got the Avengers and the X-Men. I think that's a pretty cool cover. This is not a newsstand, direct edition. We've got the Spider-Woman there. Got the Avengers there. The Avengers here with... Well, I guess Beast is also an Avenger. They're all Avengers. Strangely, Iron Man just lying down, knocked out. And here's Mystique and her team. I think these are the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Pyro, Mystique, Blob. Ooh, I forget his name. Don't know who that is. And this is Rogue. What I did was, when I submitted the next one that I'll show you guys, I said, or the next one, I said that was the first cover appearance of Rogue. And CGC actually emailed me back. Very rare, they emailed me back and said, no. The first cover appearance of Rogue was actually Avengers Annual number 10. So I'm concluding that that's actually her. And reading inside the book, yeah, she does sport this green hood in the comic. Because it's kind of like the origin of Rogue is before she could fly and she had her powers that we know of her today. Her base power, she touches you and she absorbs your power. So Mystique kind of like found her and then told her to go absorb people's power to kind of like knock them out. What she did in this book here, this is a very, very long tale. Even looking in the CGC database, it takes me forever to look for this every time. I think I always look for Marvel Superheroes Volume 2 and then I find it, or something like that. Or I do Marvel Superheroes and type the year in there and I find it. But this is the origin of Rogue. Pretty wild cover, I guess. Ghost Rider, and I forgot who this is. Hold on, let me just pause. I'm going to look this up because I think I made a note of who this is. Okay, I don't know. I thought I knew, but in my record here I put Ghost Rider, comma, and I never figured it out. So if you do know who is on this cover, please let me know, because I actually don't know who this is. Blue hair. I honestly should just read the book and then I'll find out. Maybe that's on the to-do list. Anyways, so there's one page in this that's just like so cool because it's where Rogue kind of takes her glove off and touches Captain Marvel and drains her power. And of course she goes a little bit overboard. She gets all their memories too, which is one thing that Rogue hates. But then she permanently takes Captain Marvel's powers. And then Captain Marvel becomes like kind of useless. And later on she becomes binary, like her name or her powers or whatever. I think she becomes like cosmic or something like that. Anyways, so super cool book. This book is really hard to find. It's not too common. And yeah, I'm happy to have one of them. Let me just pause this video here and look this up in the census, see how many there are. Well, go me. There's one of one and I have it. Wow. You know, this is a minor key, but origin of Rogue. When I submitted this to get Claremont to sign, I asked them to update this. Of course they didn't. But this is the origin of, well, sorry, it's not the origin, but it's how Rogue gets her powers. I think I put that in the note. Probably they're like, whatever, not key enough. So on the census, there's 39 of these in 9.8 blue. And there's one of these in 9.8 signed. You're looking at it. So anyways, cool book. It's a thick one. Like, you know, it's not a normal size book. You can see here how thick this guy is. So that's an interesting one, in my opinion, a must-have for any Rogue fan. There's just that one page that is just like super cool. Maybe I gotta figure out the system how I can share my screen. I was looking into it the other day, but after this video, maybe I will find it and I'll just show you guys using my camera. Okay, next one here. Next two actually is interesting, and let me just pull up my notes here. This is ROM 31. ROM 31. This is first time, like I guess first kind of full picture of Rogue. You can see her, and this is the second appearance of Rogue. So unfortunately, this is a 9.6 signed. I'm very sad about that. I got it signed by Al Milgrom. He did the cover, I believe. Yeah, he did the cover. I got it signed by him. And there is, and I knew this sending it in, but there is a spine tick right here. Can you guys see that right there? So this was a 9.8. And yeah, very sad. I'm just looking at this. So I kept this. So what I did, long story short, what I did was this is a 9.8 blue, and I sent this in. It's pretty hard to find ROM because no one collects ROM comics, not too many. 1982, and I sent this in, and I asked them to update the notes, and this is exactly what I wrote. I put second appearance and first cover appearance of Rogue. it is the second appearance, but it's not the first cover appearance. And they replied, no. And then, so here's my original one. Here's a picture of it. It was a 9.8. They've now removed that from the census. And I just printed a picture of it and I put, so I resent this back in after I got 9.8. I got 4 books back that I sent a 9.8 blue and they came back 9.6 signed. And so I sent them all back for a regrade. And I kindly asked them, like, I include the previous grading label. Maybe they hated me for doing this. But I include the previous grading label that my comic was before my last submission. Hopefully you can take this in consideration and give the book a fair grade. So obviously they said no, it's still a 9.6. And unfortunately it came back as a 9.6. So I'm sad about that. I mean, sure, that is right there. It is color breaking. It is a little bit large, so maybe it is a 9.6. Otherwise, the book is in great condition. That's the only issue with it. So I'm sad about that. I am still kind of looking for one of these, but whatever. It's not the first appearance, second appearance. So I'm not really that sad to not have it, I guess. So second appearance of Rogue, first full cover appearance, I guess you can say. And so this is June 1982. Okay, and then the next one, this is also June 1982. So this one is first appearance of Rogue in title. So I think the actual thing was first appearance of Rogue in X-Men title. They might have missed that one word. So this is the first time Rogue's made an appearance in the X-Men title. And this is, so Ty is also for her second appearance of Rogue. And I asked them to update the notes, but obviously they didn't do it. It is her second appearance, but they haven't updated it. This is beautiful, Claremont, I got him to sign that. So yeah, this is the first Extra Books appearance. Second appearance, maybe third, or tied for second with a ROM 31. So she's a bad guy here, of course. There you see her punching Wolverine, which is pretty crazy because Wolverine weighs like a crap ton because of his adamantium body. And so yeah, go Rogue. Rogue is definitely badass. I mean, after she gets Miss Marvel's powers, she is strong. So that's another must-have book in my opinion. If you're a Rogue fan. Third one here, this is first Rogue. Rogue joins the X-Men. Sad this is an off-white white. This was a white sending and it came back off-white white. And I've mentioned this a few times in the videos. This one's actually not all too bad. But the key difference between off-white and off-white, from my experience, it's mostly inside than the outside, but like these corners, you see a bit more like browning on the white versus the inside. This one's actually not all that bad. That's probably why it was off-white white. And the yellows, sorry, the whites, the whites are a little bit yellow though, so maybe that's it. Chris Claremont, I have 2 of these actually. My other one, Claremont, signed right here. I should have grabbed that one. I grabbed the wrong one, but I have 2 of these. This one's for sale, so I'm gonna keep the other one. This one I purchase signed. I generally never ask for black signature. Mine is signed kind of right here on the underneath that little electricity thing, but not on Rogue. So yeah, this is Rogue joins the X-Men. Welcome to the X-Men, Rogue. Another very key book because Rogue is a huge member of X-Men, so another must-have. And yeah, not pricey either. Okay, so those are pretty much the key comics. The other one, this one here, for anyone out there that is a bigger Rogue fan than me, let me know if this is or is not. But I believe this is Rogue's first solo story. It says Rogue's solo story in the notes, but I do believe this is her first solo story. I read this book. She kind of gets her first mission on her own. I think everyone's busy, and then Prof X tells her to go do something. Yeah, so Claremont, Joe Romita Jr. So I purchased this one. It wasn't signed by me because I never get them in black. But this is her first cover appearance. Sorry, her first solo story. minor key. I wouldn't even say it's a minor key. It's definitely a minor key. Something that you can pass on, but if you're a huge Rogue fan, one to grab. Next one here, this is a good comic to have for any, I guess, Marvel fan and Rogue fan and Miss Marvel fan. So Miss Marvel #1, the one who started it all, great cover. Mine is luckily signed by Stan Lee, off-white to white, unfortunately. Signed by Stan Lee. This is one of the rare Stan Lee comics that I still, signed by Stan Lee comics that I have. I had maybe like 4 or 5 of them, but I sold most of them. His signature just fetches like a premium. I posted them. I had like a Jane Foster with Stan Lee. I have Rocket Raccoon, Incredible Hulks. So anyway, I sold those all, sadly. People like to collect Stan Lee stuff, so do I, but no money, trying to sell some stuff off. First, Carol Danvers is Miss Marvel. So this is a huge key. For a while, I think this was my oldest book, 1977. Now I have, I believe, 1 or 2 more that's older than this one, but this was like great condition. I bought this off, I think, My Comic Shop newsstand, of course, because back then there was no directs. And just like a great looking cover. I mean, I don't know who that is. That's J. Jonah. Looks like Peter Parker, Mary Jane, Miss Marvel, Scorpio, I think his name is, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel. Interesting how there's so many Spider-Man characters on this one. First issue, all out action. First cover appearance, first appearance. This is a huge key. The only thing is Brie Larson ruined Miss Marvel, so no one really cares about this. I also have Miss Marvel #2. No one really cares about that. So that's another pretty key book if you are a big Rogue fan, because Miss Marvel is really the OG that gave Rogue her power that we know, her flying and her super strength power as we know today. Next one up, this is a cheapie, and I think it's a pretty key book. First Rogue, her own series, #1 of her series. It's a cool cover, like, you got the gold foil, there's Rogue, signed by Terry Austin, right under his own sig. Yeah, so I got this signed. Great condition, direct edition. This is a little bit newer, 95. Yeah, finally, because you demanded it. I don't think this ever took off because, I mean, Rogue's a cool character, but I mean, I don't think she had enough juice to kind of like carry her own storyline. Gambit also has his own, but just like, I mean, Spider-Man, yes, Wolverine, yes, but like Rogue, I don't know. So those are pretty much the big keys. Here are some just other faves that I have that I figured I'd show since we're on the topic of Rogue. Uncanny Avengers #25. This is a reprint of the Jim Lee artwork. I think this is in the 93 Marvel Masterpiece, 93 Marvel, Impel Marvel. There's the 1990, the OG, 91, 92. I think this was 93. So just great artwork. I mean, Jim Lee, by far one of the best artists, in my opinion, for X-Men. Very sad that he left to go to DC and stop doing Marvel stuff, but I mean, his artwork lives in all of our hearts. I mean, I think every little boy solves the Jim Lee Psylocke and just instantly fell in love. I mean, Rogue too, though, so yeah. So that's a beautiful cover. Love that one. Jim Lee sign. I think I got that one not too expensive. Jim Lee's signature now is something like 100, well over $100, 150 or 170, so it's crazy expensive. Next one here, I kind of just like this artwork. It's funny because, you know, there's the cards from Gambit. So this is Excalibur #15 by Cale Nagu or New. Maybe the G is silent. New. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Let me know in the comments below how to pronounce it. Sorry for butchering that if that's your last name, guys. So Rogue, cool cover. I mean, his artwork is very, I don't even know how to describe this style, but it's neat. I mean, I've wanted to get this one signed a few times. I've held off on it. It's actually pretty good condition. The spine is a little bit I mean, there's no spine ticks on it, but there's definitely some spine wear, I guess the term is. Show you what I'm saying. See all those white spots? I don't think that's a knockdown from per CGC. It's just like the fold and the creasing because it's a dark cover. But yeah, no spine ticks, sharp corners. I could get the sign, but then on the other hand, like it's not a key or anything, and it's a variant. It's not limited or anything. Just overall a nice cover. I like it. Probably end up selling it one of these days. And the next one, Tyler Kirkham, another great artist. Yeah, there's Mystique in the back, kind of haunting her. Signed by him. This is a three cover series: Wolverine, Psylocke, Rogue. I thought about getting all three. I have the Psylocke, I have the Rogue, and there's the Wolverine one that's on eBay. Maybe it's sold now. It was like 170 bucks. I should just get it, but you know, here on the other hand, I'm talking about like downsizing and selling stuff. So there's cover A, B, C. So I have these two. The two, probably the most attractive X-Men. Sorry, Jean Grey, you're just a little bit more boring, but the most powerful of the three. But anyways, so there's Rogue with her iconic white hair in the front. Beautiful cover by Tyler Kirkham. And my last one, again, so the last few, they're not keys, they're just cool books, cool covers. I mean, Rogue is a fan favorite. So here we go, we got a Gambit, Psylocke, Rogue. Not that there's anything going on between these two, to my understanding, because she's kind of interested in Phantom X. He's X11, I think. Not, I may be wrong. I think Wolverine's X10, and then Laura Kinney's X23, but Phantom X, he's a pretty cool guy, funny guy. So this is a cool sketch here in the middle, or remark more so of Venom. Very random, and we got Rogue, Gambit, Psylocke, and then a Venom in the middle. This is by this gentleman called Marco Cicchetto. First appearance of the 1 million BC Avengers. Don't know who that is. I just really like this cover. I think it was like great art. I bought it from a really cool guy. He was really nice, and I think he threw in like 2 other books for me. Super cool. It says right here, 1 of 6. Right there, 1 of 6. So there's 6 of these in the world, but that's remarked, I guess. I mean, let's look this up just for funsies. Marvel Legacy, issue number 1. 2017. So there's 16 of these in 9.8 signed. So I guess just 1 of 6 that have the remark. Yeah, I think it's pretty good artwork. I think Gambit looks badass there. Subtle Peach Momoko vibes in his artwork. Psylocke looks just okay. Rogue looks great. I always find non-Asian artists drawing Asian people are not that great. So anyhow, that's pretty much it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed my little collection of Rogue books. The first few were the must-haves for any Rogue or almost X-Men fan, especially Avengers Annual number 10. The rest of them get more and more minor. The Marvel Superheroes is definitely a cool book to have. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me look this up. Okay, so I don't want to go back too much, but there's this wicked fight here against Miss Marvel. Can't really see it too well. Let me zoom out. Is that better? Yeah. So there's this wicked fight that goes on here with Captain Marvel, with Pyro's a fire dude. I don't know what this guy's name is. Doesn't say his name anywhere. Oh, let me look it up. Oh, so by the way, this is kind of cool. I found this out just now, that the cover is someone called Veronica Stryker. This is also the first appearance of Veronica Stryker. So It's a 2-for-1. That's kind of cool. So whatever, really cool fight, and then some other stuff happening here. And there's Rogue, Mystique, and having some trouble. So, oh, Rogue said, "Are you Thorn?" Okay. So Rogue gets in a little bit of action. And then here, I don't want to show too many ads here. There we go. But you got that backwards. You see, I have to do is make flash to flash contact, and my mutant power kicks in, absorbing your powers into, and then absorbs Miss Marvel's powers. And it's like, no, it's too much. You, me, can't feel, can't see. Who am I? What have I done? Get out of my head. Like, this is just like super cool. So that's like the very epic scene here. Like, my God, so cool. And then there's Rogue just like huffing and puffing. What have I done? And Miss Marvel, she is saved by the base dark waters. Oh, she got washed ashore and by Spider-Woman, but her mind is a blank slate. Professor X helps her discover some of what is lost, and then she becomes binary. Miss Marvel is dead, but for Carol Danvers, the story is just beginning, so she becomes binary. Anyways, super cool story. Oh, there you go. Super cool story. So I think it's a good one definitely to have if you're a Rogue fan. So yeah, and I just hope. Sorry, this video has been gone on way too long, but I really, really hope in Miss Marvels, the Marvels, the movie that comes out November 9th, like the last scene after credits, they have like, I don't know, a glove on the side of a chair or something, just to signify like, oh, Rogue's coming. I'll be super pumped and excited for that. So I can't wait. Will I watch the movie? Probably not in theaters. I'll probably catch it on Disney Plus when it comes out. But yeah, let me know if you guys, who else is excited for the movie, who's going to see it for an hour and 45. Is it worth seeing in theaters? Probably not. But like, of course, you guys maybe you want to take your family, your kids to see it and whatnot. So, okay, cool. Well, I've rambled on too long. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are still here, I love you. Leave some comments in the comment section below, and we'll catch you in the next one.